This is the best local sports show in Jacksonville. Action Sports Jax Primetime. Brought to you by Larry's Giant Subs.
Yeah, great chance to meet your favorite players at the bank today. This young fan getting an autograph from Devin Lloyd. They're hanging over the railings. Hello and welcome into Action Sports Jax Primetime. Plenty of Jaguars coverage tonight with training camp rolling on, plus some high school football talk. Yes, that is right around the corner. They actually start the regular season in Georgia in less than 2 weeks. Let's get it started inside EverBank Stadium, shall we? The first time the team and its fans have been in the bank since New Year's Eve of 2023. Yeah, that was a win at least. And this part of training camp used to be a scrimmage, but many years ago, they changed that. So now the stadium practice has evolved into, well, it's another standard practice, but you get a few extras thrown in there as well, including some special military-themed jerseys that would be given away at the end of the day to local members of our armed forces. Jaguars defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen excited about the stadium practice. By the way, it's his first time there too as a Jacksonville Jaguar. Quite frankly, though, he is a man who loves his job, even through what some of us would call the dog days of summer.
Never dog days. Never dog days. It's awesome to be here. Our guys have a great outlook, really tough group, tough-minded group. It's just another opportunity to get better, you know, and we just take one day at a time, one practice at a time, one rep at a time. Today's another opportunity. We'll worry about tomorrow when it comes. We'll fix the corrections, so it's all about today.
It's around this time of camp where some of the injuries really start to mount. Guys have been wearing the pads for a week now. Physicality's starting to ramp up. Not sure where it happened, but linebacker Ventrell Miller not practicing on Saturday with a hand injury. You see the heavy wrap there on his left hand. Former Gator missed his entire first year with the Jaguars due to a torn Achilles, so hopefully a quick recovery for Miller. Two more names added to the injury report after practice. Greg Jr. and Ezra Cleveland hampered by knee and leg injuries respectively. Add that to the group of 7 Jaguars who missed Saturday's practice and 4 more who were limited. No shortage of Jags fans this morning, all eager to get inside the bank and see practice. The Miller Electric Center is great, but it can only hold so many folks. This stadium practice, well, it gave a great experience to an unlimited number of fans. I mean, technically, I guess the limit would have been, I don't know, about 60,000 or so, but you certainly know what I mean. There to document it all today for Action Sports Jax is Alivia Tassely. She has more on the stadium experience this morning.
In the media business, we like to use something called teases. It's a statement or a snippet from a story that we hope entices you to stick with us through the break. Well, at the Jaguars stadium practice on Saturday, it was the football version of a tease, because 1 week from today, these fans won't be in the stands for practice. They will get their first taste of Jacksonville Jaguars football. Around 10,000 fans came to EverBank Stadium this morning to get their first glimpse at the 2024 Jacksonville Jaguars team. But it's not just a fun day for the fans. It brings game day jitters to players and coaches as well.
You know, get the fans in the stadium. It's good for our new players who haven't experienced that to get over there and practice over there and you know, experience that. So it's a good day. It's a really good day, and look forward to it every year.
First time in the stadium, how is it?
It's crazy. It ain't even that packed, and I already feel the game day energy, man.
The stadium practice also holds some traditional values with a nod to our military community, with specialty jerseys, special guests in the stands, and even getting a moment on the field after practice. Plus, a VIP experience for some lucky kids who got to escort one of their favorite players out on the field with their helmet in hand. Overall, just another successful stadium practice put on by the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we can't wait to be back here in 1 week as they get preseason game 1 going under the Saturday night lights. For now, at Jaguars training camp, I'm Alivia Tassely, Action Sports Jax.
Thank you, Liv. How about some notes from practice and really from the Jags, announcing that Sunday and Monday's practices will be closed to the fans due to the impending weather. So if you had tickets for those, go ahead and re-register for some of the other available days. Only a few left before we get this thing going. Little with a big debut. I'm talking about Cam Little. First time in the stadium for the rookie kicker. Successful. Made 3 out of 4 of his kicks in team drills, including a 57-yarder. He missed from 51, but bounced back with a 47. Then he retried that 51 after drills to make up for it. He made it. So we like that. Play of the day goes to Trevor Lawrence. Made a tight window pass to Christian Kirk for a fantasy touchdown. They're not touchdowns. There's not an actual game, so I don't know why we call them touchdowns, but it was caught in the end zone, so I guess that counts. There you go. For a second straight year, it feels like we're really excited about the Jaguars receiving core and the potential for them to make some big impacts this fall. Out, Calvin Ridley and Zay Jones. In, Gabe Davis and first-round draft pick Brian Thomas Jr. Fresh off his first time taking the field inside EverBank Stadium, Action Sports Jax Alivia Tassely catches up with number 7.
Your first full 3 months in the NFL are in the books now, right? We flipped to a new calendar month. How's it been? Has it feel like it really went fast?
Yeah, it has. It's been going by super fast. Just trying to stay focused, stay in the moment, though, and just put my best foot forward each and every day.
You've been in the stadium before, right, when you signed your contract and all that stuff when you got drafted. But how does it feel when there's fans in the stands and you're wearing your jersey for the first time inside EverBank Stadium?
Yeah, it's nice to get a little bit of a little taste of what it will be like when the real season comes. But it's nice to be able to just come out here and practice in the stadium, get a little feel for it, and just see how it would be when the season starts.
Yeah, I mean, your preseason game is exactly 1 week away. Is that wild to think about the Super Bowl reigning champs are going to be on the visitor side soon?
Yeah, it's crazy to just be able to go against the Super Bowl champs for the first preseason game. Just being able to go out there and get that experience and being able to play against them, I mean, it's fun. It'll be fun.
I interviewed you after your first NFL rookie day, and I asked if there was an NFL moment. Has it hit you yet? And you told me not just yet, but it's sinking in when I saw my jersey in my locker. Have you had the NFL moment yet?
Not really. Not that I can really recall though. I've had a couple, but not just one big one. One just big one. Probably hit me first preseason game though, for sure.
Yeah. When you see the Chiefs come to town?
Yeah, and be out there in my real game jersey, in the real game, yeah.
You definitely had an NFL highlight moment. You might not have had your NFL moment, but you had a highlight moment yesterday with that 40-plus yard catch downfield. How does it feel to make those type of plays in practice alone?
I mean, it feels great just to be able to connect with Trevor on a long, deep ball like that and just be able to get it in the end zone. I mean, that's a great feeling always. So, I mean, it feels great just to be able to have that connection with Trevor.
Press Taylor spoke about your improvement over the last few months. He says every day this guy's just getting better and better. He doesn't have to be week 1 ready today, but he needs to be week 1 ready in week 1. What does that mean to you when you hear your offensive coordinator talking about that, and how do you feel about your improvement personally?
I mean, I feel like I said, I just want to come out here and practice hard, give it my all each and every day, and put my best foot forward each and every day. I mean, just to hear him say that, I mean, it's great. It's a great feeling just knowing that my hard work is showing off. And, I'm just trying to come out here and get better each and every day. That was my plan. And when week 1 comes, hopefully I'll be week 1 ready. Yeah.
We keep hearing physical and challenging when you guys go up against this defense, and that's really what they're focusing in on. How do you see it? You know, give me your side of the ball when you guys go up against this defense.
Exactly that, physical and challenging. They're going to come up and press. They're going to be physical with you off the line of scrimmage, and then they just a physical defense. That's how they play. That's how they want to play, and that's how they do play.
Bring me inside the wide receiver room. I mean, you guys seem to be really clicking and getting along, but give me your perspective as an NFL rookie. Have they been able to pass down any advice to you or anything at all?
Yeah, I try to get advice from Gabe and Christian, all of them, each and every day. Just how they see things, how would they run their routes, how they're seeing the coverages, and just all little things like that. Just trying to soak up as much knowledge as I can from them. But I feel like we are just coming out each and every day, just working hard and getting better each and every day.
All right, last one for you. It's a fun one. Yeah. We flipped the calendar. Now fans are looking ahead to their fantasy football teams. Convince us to draft you, Brian Thomas Jr., on our fantasy team.
I mean, like I said, I'm just going to come out, work hard, do what I got to do out there on the field. Just going to go out there and try to be the best that I can be. That's all I can say.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it.
Well, little fantasy advice. Never pick a rookie wide receiver high in the draft. Save that one till later. Champion Stewart. Love Brian Thomas Jr., but that's just general fantasy football knowledge. Just throwing that out there for you. Hey, it's back to business as usual on Sunday as the team heads back inside the Miller Electric Center for training camp practice number 10. Jags will be up and at 'em early tomorrow. We will be there as well to start things off as we shift towards preseason game number 1 on the horizon. Remember, no fans, so if you reserve the ticket, they're not going to let you in. So don't try to show up. I mean, they'll let me in, but they won't let you in. So don't do it. Don't forget, you can watch all 3 preseason games right here on Action News Jax, your official stations of the Jaguars. The first 2 games at home. You can catch those on CBS 47. And remember, we'll have preseason countdown to kickoffs 30 minutes before the game. Then you got the preseason finale on the road in Atlanta. That'll be on Fox 30 in what will be a ridiculously busy night, as it's also the start of high school football season here in town. So let's do both of those on the same night, right? Why not? Cool. Can't wait. Speaking of which, high school football media day taking place earlier this week. We had a chance to look ahead to the fall. More of that coming up next. And say hey to the future punter of the Jags. Maybe in about 20 years or so, Logan Cook getting his kiddo ready for the NFL after practice today. Good news is if you got a Logan Cook jersey, you can keep it for when Cooper Cook takes the job in about 20 years or so. So you'll be ready.
This is Tony Tassely of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Hall of Fame class of 2022.
One of the most dominant tackles of the 1990s and the first ever Jacksonville Jaguar.
And you're watching Action Sports Jax.
When I say it means something to me, gentlemen, it means something to me.
High school football is back, and it's bigger than ever. Welcome to the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
It is bigger than a game.
Watch the biggest games each week live as the action unfolds with instant reaction and analysis from our Hall of Famer, Kevin Sullivan. It starts with live look-ins at the top matchups, including our Jaguars Prep Whataburger Game of the Week. And that is just the beginning of 4 straight hours of coverage. From 8 to 10:30, the Friday Night Zone Blitz is streaming on our Action News Jax app and online. At 10:30, the Friday Night Blitz you know and love. A half hour of highlights from around the area. 11 o'clock, we shine the spotlight on the bands that pump up the crowd. 11:15, it's time to blitz through the highlights online and on air. Then 11:35, back to the stream to break down the night's results with a reaction from local coaches. 4 straight hours of high school football on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Only on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
This is the best local sports show in Jacksonville. Action Sports Jax Primetime. Brought to you by Larry's Giant Subs.
So track and field events just getting going in Paris, but how about a big shout out to sprinter Mary-Andree Chacon becoming the first JU Dolphin to compete in the 100-meter dash at the Olympics, or any track and field event for that matter. Competing for her home country of Guatemala, Chacon advanced out of the preliminary round before ending her run in France. Congrats on that big achievement to the Jacksonville University Rising Junior. Fun fact, did you know one of the Jaguars' newest players was also the fastest junior sprinter in the country at one time? That would be Ronald Darby. I caught up with the Jags' new corner about his love of track and field and keeping up with some of his teammates. Olympics, we're getting ready for the sprinting. I know you're a former sprinter yourself. Do you keep up with that world? Do you watch these guys who are, constantly breaking 10 seconds and just going out there and doing what they do on that stage?
Yeah, track and field, my second favorite sport. Like outside of football, I love to look at track, so I'm always keeping up with, I watch the USA trials, I watch the Jamaican trials, I watch the European trials. I just go to YouTube and watch all the trials. I love to look at the 100, 200 hurdles, things like that.
Christian Miller just graduated high school. He's foregoing his Georgia college days to just turn pro. From a guy who has competed at that high junior level, which he's been doing these last couple of years, to becoming a pro athlete, do you have maybe any advice for a guy like that in Christian Miller, who's just starting this professional career, this professional life, and trying to make it as an athlete?
He know what to do. Just stick with the basics, and go out there and work. Work each day, you're going to get to where you need to be. It's hard to make a team in the United States here, and I feel like Jamaica, two of the hardest places to make a team on. So he got his work cut out, but he young, he got time, and he going to get it done.
And last one, I feel like anytime we talk to a fast guy, we always ask him who's the fastest on this team. So I'll let you answer that question. 100 meter dash, this Jaguars roster, who's winning that race?
I got to think of everybody we got. We got some fast dudes. That's a good question. Duve can run now. Duvernay, he can run. He'll be up there for sure. I'm coming at least top 5 for sure. I know I'm going to be a top 4, top 3 for sure. But, it's some guys that can run, especially some of these young guys, too. We got some speed on this team.
I like that humbleness. He didn't just say, I'm number 1. He said, I'm top 3. Put it out there like that. Great stuff like this every weeknight on 1st and 10 training camp. 11:15 each night. We're bringing you the latest from camp on CBS 47 and Fox 30, plus all the episodes posted on YouTube. So go check them out. I will say, in our sports department, I'm definitely top 5 when it comes to speed. So I got that going for me. Hey, in just a few short weeks, it is time again to kick off. I'm going to say top 3. I'll go top 3. How's that? We're kicking off our Game of the Week schedule, and it's here. It is here. We're excited. And we get it going with a heck of a rivalry. Bradford, Baker County, those two teams. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Bowles and Trinity, heavyweight fight. Barter Trail, Ware County. That's a good Florida-Georgia battle we got going on. And look, these matchups go on and on, but it's only the beginning, and we'll tell you more on that in just a second. A season ago, we had 3 local teams make it to the state championship games up in Tallahassee. Unfortunately, Mandarin, St. Augustine, and Bradford all came up that 1 win short of raising the trophy to end the season. It's fair to say that those are 3 of the favorites to make another run this time around. The paths will be completely different with a return to the old classification system after 2 years in a metro suburban experiment.
We have a lot of kids who've been, they're 3-year starters. That took a lot of lumps when they were sophomores, and last year had a little more success, and then have high expectations for themselves this year. And it's been a unique year in that last year there was a lot of anticipation for our guys, and we really had some high emotion senior guys on that team. And the demeanor of this year's senior class is just a little more reserved. They're great kids. They work really hard. They're really talented. So it's a different team, but it's a lot of fun.
Can you match last year or can you beat last year? That's what the Mustangs are trying to do.
That's definitely the goal, to beat it. I think we can. I think, you got to have luck in the game of football. You got to stay healthy, most of all. But I definitely think we can. I think we have the talent to do it. I know we have the coaches to do it.
You've had obviously a lot of wins. Is the town still buzzing about what's about to come here in these next few weeks? And just give us a sense of it.
Yeah, I think they're more excited now than they have been. I think it kind of snuck up on them. I'll be honest with you, it snuck up on me. When I watched the film when I took the job, I knew they had talent. I knew the guys could run around. I knew that the physicality wasn't a problem. But I didn't expect, 26-3 over the last couple of years. I didn't see that coming. And I don't think the town did either. And now that's kind of the expectation.
So if you missed our live coverage at High School Media Day, you could check out the full 4 hours on our YouTube page or streaming soon on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. We caught up with over a dozen head coaches, 1-star recruit, even had our Hall of Famer Kevin Sullivan stop by as well. We'll roll out more of our content from Media Day as we get closer to the season. Kudos to the Jaguars prep folks and Baker Sports for continuing to elevate this event every year. The 2024 edition featured even more activations for the players in attendance, from ping pong to photo shoot stations, even a spot to play some new NCAA 24. While they were having fun, 25, excuse me. While they were having fun, we had fun asking some hard-hitting questions.
The best nickname is definitely got to be our running back, Arthur Lewis. We like to call him Thanos.
All right, we all voted. We said that it was Booby.
Booby's the one. Yeah. Booby. That would be my friend Christian Felder. We call him the Bulldog.
Rooster. I would say Rooster is the best nickname we got.
This is Austin Anthony. Ant is his nickname Ant, but he's the biggest guy on the team.
Little man, Big Mac. I love him.
We call it Caden Shrimp because he's allergic to shrimp. And we call Travis Trunk because he's built like a tree trunk.
Introduce yourself, cuz.
Addison Powell, but I go by Pookies.
Best nickname? Honestly, I think mine's pretty tough. They call me Big Dak Mo. I mean, I like that.
It's probably DJ nickname Scooney. His dad's name was Scooney.
My favorite is Nugget. Okay, so we have our kicker. His name's Kevin. We call him Nacho.
And it was like Waffle House. I'm always open, just always open.
It got to be. It's me, Deuce. This is the best one.
I might have to give it to Big Chris. He's like 400 pounds.
It's Chestnut, our middle linebacker. We call him Nut. Or Nutty. Or you feel me? Nutty Buddy, you feel me?
And I've always been faster than everybody, so they just call me Lil Skirt. Skirt.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. New this year, the Friday Night Zone Blitz. We're going to couple this with our usual Friday Night Blitz for 4 hours of high school coverage. You know the Red Zone on Sundays, NFL? It's kind of like that. We're going to take live look-ins at area games. We're going to pick 5 a week and then try to show you the finishes of some of these games. We'll have coaches calling in, plus our Hall of Famer, Kevin Sullivan. He'll be providing analysis. There's more, too. We'll highlight bands, people, kids. It's all coming up. And it starts Labor Day weekend. That's August 30th. And every Friday on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. We've been working on this for a little bit now, and it is pretty exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait. Good chance to see Eazy-E up close and personal. Evan Engram meeting with the fans, signing some autographs this morning at the stadium practice. You should check out Action Sports Jax 24/7. Take a look at our weekday streaming lineup. Miller and Moulton in the mornings, Brett and Austin in the afternoons, and / morning, and then Young and Norvell 4 to 6 o'clock. So go check it out. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Primetime. We mentioned the military jerseys that the Jacksonville Jaguars were wearing. Well, after the practice, they had a chance to meet up with military members from our community and give them those jerseys. What a cool keepsake for those men and women who serve our country and were honored earlier today. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching the best local sports show in Jacksonville. Action Sports Jax Primetime. Brought to you by Larry's Giant Subs.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.